Dr. YouTube Tucker, I thought I'd bring you this about this. You know, she's ignorant black person, the president's wife, or that dude, Michelle. She's about the stupidest woman I've seen on TV. You know what I mean? She has no intelligence whatsoever. And she says, oh, like us. She's a rich bitch, guys. She never was like you guys.
In all those department stores, the people at formal events who assumed we were the help.
She's a liar.
Those who have questioned
She's never been there.
honesty, even our love of this country.
Because you bring in those Islam people.
These little indignities are obviously nothing compared to what folks across the country are dealing with every single day.
People like you who are liars. Politicians, president wives like you who are the biggest liars on TV. Your life's been easy because you've been rich, you stupid black whore.
Because while we've come so far, the truth is that those age-old problems are stubborn.
Whatever.
And they haven't fully
And
gone away.
because you keep bringing them up.
It's going to be a heavy burden to carry.
Well, you keep throwing it on the white people. Like it's their fault.
Can make you feel like your life somehow doesn't matter. That you're like the invisible man.
And that's how you treat all the other Americans.
Years ago. And as we've seen over the past few years, those feelings are real. They're rooted in decades of structural challenges that have made too many folks feel frustrated and invisible. And those feelings are playing out in communities like Baltimore and Ferguson and so many others.
You know what she said? She says white people.
I think it's also important, I think everybody would agree, that if white communities were policed in the same way black communities were policed, you'd have a high rate of crime in white communities too.
See, and that's why he's so full of shit, because no, they wouldn't.
If white communities were policed in the same way black communities were policed, you'd have a high rate of crime.
How does that make any sense? That don't make no sense.
If white communities were policed in the same way black communities were policed, you'd have a high rate of crime in white communities too.
She's a liar. They're all liars.
That we're not innately criminal.
A lot of you are.
War on drugs has been waged almost exclusively in poor communities of color, even though data shows that minorities are no more likely to use or
Untrue.
drugs or commit crime.
The Over-Criminalization Task Force finally focuses today on what is the most critical failing of our nation's criminal justice system: the continuing prevalence of racism
In our
We
politicians.
now to think that our justice is colorblind.
No,
that
because
our
you don't
system
like white
is
people. We know that.
race-neutral. But whether overt or subconscious, the vestiges of racism are still reflected in our federal criminal justice system. 1 in 9 black men between the ages of 20 and 34 are incarcerated.
Because they committed crimes.
1 in 3 black men and 1 in 6 Latinos will spend some part of
For
their
committing
lives in
crimes.
prison compared to 1 in
None of them are
3
not guilty, you
white men.
moron.
Before we identify solutions, we must recognize how we institutionalize and normalize racism today. I want to focus on how racism, unconscious or not, has a disproportionate impact on criminal penalties on minority communities. Bias can begin with a decision of where and what offenses are investigated. With enough time and officers in a certain location, it's only a matter of time before they find reasonable suspicion to stop, detain, and arrest someone or many people.
So for African Americans who are well aware of this threat and who recognize that it exists and who have lived with this threat for many, many decades, there is a feeling of vulnerability, of not being taken seriously. The part that is supposed to bring us all together as a nation, Republicans and Democrats, black and white, is the safety of our nation. That's first and foremost. If
But then you-
call yourself a patriot, if
And then
you
you
say
have black
love this
kids
country,
tearing
then
apart
first and
America.
foremost,
So
we
yes,
care about
it's
the
them.
safety of its citizens. And what we have seen too often is the safety of African American citizens sacrificed for the purpose of partisan gain, sacrificed because people are afraid to say the truth, allowing themselves
But
to
the
be
black-
trafficked in the tools of white supremacy, like the Confederate flag.
See how
This has to
stupid these
stop.
people are. Man. Ignorance in black folks.
Memphis police are working to learn more about a group of young people accused of jumping on top of cars and causing chaos
Oh,
outside
oh, must be all white kids, right?
area restaurant.
An early Father's Day celebration disturbed Saturday around 8 o'clock when police were called to Logan's Roadhouse near Wolf Chase after a large group of young people were seen in the parking lot fighting and stomping on cars. Monday morning and the parking lot at Logan's was quiet, especially in comparison to Saturday night. According to police, around 8 o'clock, someone called in a fight. More than 20 teens were reportedly kicked out of the restaurant and began fighting in the parking lot. Someone shot cell phone video of the group jumping on cars and attacking each other. But by the time police arrived, the victim was no longer on scene and the teens were gone. Logan's Roadhouse had no comment Monday afternoon and referred us to their corporate offices. We weren't allowed on Wolf Chase property either to ask questions. Instead, people took to social media to discuss their frustrations and safety concerns. One woman, who asked not to be named, told us she was inside the restaurant eating and they locked the doors briefly. Memphis police tell the WMC Action News 5 investigators they've been called at or near Wolf Chase 280 times since January 1st. 11 of those calls have been fights.
If you want to damage property, damage your own.
But the mob fights aren't new to Memphis either. In fact, in April, a group of teens attacked a man outside BP at Poplar in Cleveland.
People are fed up with it.
2 days after that, teens began stomping on cars and breaking out windows on Madison Avenue following a party.
And the Harvard stop.
Now, police say they have no official report of this incident because the person who called 911 left the scene and never filed a report, and they found no injuries and no damage.
Let's see. Oh, white guys? No. All black guys? Yeah. They're acting like animals.
That shit retarded, nigga. Yeah. I'm talking about got knocked off one there. That shit crazy. Still over there. Yeah, he knocked that.
Black on black crime, guys. And this is all white people's fault, huh? As they steal his shit.
Black mob violence continues. Black on white crime continues. Despite the Herculean efforts of people in the media and activists to pretend the opposite is true. Hit like, share for this video.
All right, guys.
If you subscribe to this